super hard speedrun, so anything could happen. Oh dear, at David's name. His file name is Goshujin-sama, which means master. Alright, so we're off. This is Plains. Not much to say about it. They're just going to be walking around grabbing money and red skulls. The red skulls are the currency they're going to be using for picking up their sub-weapons.
So in Plains, they're going to be collecting in this route 6 skulls total. Just trying to get through it as fast as they can.
Yeah, so Specter's got this cool thing called a dash attack. When he's near an enemy, when he's in the air, he can use this attack to go either upwards or downwards towards the enemy. You don't really get the choice when you're in the air. It's kind of a thing you have to do, but it makes his movement pretty dynamic.
And you just saw back there, David and Tohloo both did what's called a damage boost. It doesn't matter where the attack comes from. Wherever direction Specter's facing, he will get knocked backwards when taking damage. So we use that to our advantage sometimes to turn quickly before taking damage.
Yeah, when you get hit, you get, like, I don't know exactly how long it is, either a second or two of invincibility frames, and you can use that to just bypass things.
Yeah, it's about a second and a half, I believe. So up here, you're going to be seeing Tohloo go for what we call the Dental Hop. After you take damage from this dragon, you're able to just backslash off his back and just grab that skull right there without having to slash on the lantern twice.
Yeah, saves you a lot of time.
You also saw both of them go for what we call ladder hops. When Specter wall climbs in an enclosed space like that, instead of getting pushed away, since he doesn't have anywhere to go, he flies up very quickly.
Yeah, they're both coming up on Black Knight, who's the first boss. He's pretty simple. He has a guaranteed stun lock. You can keep him in the corner. If he escapes, you lose a lot of time, so hopefully they don't drop the lock.
Yeah, and Tohloo just locked it in. Alright, and looks like they both have it. Tohloo's going to be ending a little bit ahead, though.
Yeah, you got that waterfall right there. You just keep him past that waterfall and you should be good.
So unlike the other two knights, Specter has this extra challenge and freedom of being able to pick any of his stages in any order he wishes to. So we're actually going to be going to one of the hardest stages first off, which is Flying Machine. And do you want to explain why we go there first, Eric?
Yeah, of course. The reason they go there is, one, it has a whole heck of a lot of money, and you're going to need to buy your upgrades super early. It also unlocks a sub-weapon called the Judgment Rush, which lets you basically teleport to enemies, even going so far as like flying through walls. And it's one of the most important things that you can use in the speedrun. On top of it being one of the most difficult stages, they're going to be adding a little difficulty because they're going to be breaking a whole bunch of checkpoints.
Yeah, normally in this route, you'd be breaking 3 of the 5 checkpoints along here, but hopefully they're going to be grabbing some safety money just to be sure.
I believe David picks up safety money, but Tohloo usually goes with the regular route.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
I saw David grab that 400 on the wall there.
Oh, Tohloo just missed that 200.
And right here is the dinghy drop with the mini-boss of Flying Machine. Tohloo's going to be trying to reflect bombs to be able to deal massive damage to him and hopefully get him out right away. And that was a pretty nice kill. I think he only missed about a hit or two.
Yeah, Tohloo picked up that checkpoint. There's an auto-scroller coming up, so if he dies at any point, he's going to be having to both refight that boss and go through an auto-scroller, so it's going to lose a lot of time. So hopefully he's careful.
Yeah, and David actually kept the checkpoint around for safety. So since we have nothing to do in the auto-scroller, we just take it as opportunities to grab as much money as we can. You're going to be seeing them grab every single bit of money here besides the checkpoint, hopefully. Maybe they break it, I'm not sure.
I guess these guys don't believe in swag.
I'm not surprised that Tohloo didn't do any swag. Ooh, but he's breaking the checkpoint though, so...
Yeah, that one's not surprising. That's a lot of money in that checkpoint.
Yeah, it's the largest checkpoint in all of Specter. It gives you 750. Oh, both of them actually broke it.
I'm actually surprised they both got that early fan cycle. Or not early, but they got the fan cycle.
Yeah, Tohloo thought he was late. He actually hesitated on it at first, but... Alright, so right up here is the most dangerous room in all of Flying Machine. This is the Triple Jawas room. And Tohloo's looking like he's doing alright so far.
Oh, it looked kind of sketchy.
Yeah, that last part was close. We'll see David go through it as well. Hopefully, he'll be alright.
Ooh, Tohloo got the one cycle on the fans. Oh,
Ooh.
David, no.
Well, at least he knows not to break it. Yeah, he's gonna be grabbing some extra money.
And thankfully, he died in a place where he can get his money back.
Mostly.
Okay, so Tohloo's fighting Propeller Knight, who is kind of dangerous because all of his attacks do 1 or 2 whole circles of damage.
And
but it's not too bad.
No, but it also can be harder by the fact that we don't have any weapons here since we go to him first. But Tohloo made that one look pretty easy.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Alright, we're going to see David try to do the same thing. Optimally, you have between 8 and 9 hits in this first phase, but I think Tohloo got 9. Let's see what David gets. He got 10. Alright. So right here, you're going to be seeing Tohloo grab our first sub-weapon, which is Judgment Rush. And in this little trial room, you'll just kind of see how OP it is. It'll target the nearest enemy to you on screen. It doesn't matter where they are. And it'll charge them with a full slash that does a full heart of damage if it doesn't kill them on contact. And do you want to explain what armor Tohloo just got?
Yeah, he's going to be picking up the Rail Mail, which if you played this game before, you know about the skating mechanic. Rail Mail lets you skate on any surface, even spikes. It also goes a little bit faster, so like it saves a whole bunch of time to pick it up. And that's why they were breaking checkpoints throughout the Flying Machine.
Alright, and you see Tohloo just starting out on our second stage, which is Explodatorium. The main reason you go to this is because our second sub-weapon is unlocked by beating it, so we're going to be trying to go through it as quickly as we can.
Okay, so they're both running the same route. There's 2 main routes that runners take in this game, the Skeletal Sentry route and the Bounding Soul route. They're both going to be picking Bounding Soul based on the order they're choosing to do their stages in. Thankfully for all of us, that means it's going to be really easy to keep track of who's in the lead.
So you see Tohloo back there got hit by that pot cycle. The very beginning of Explodatorium is based on what we call global cycles. And what that means is the second Tohloo started flying Explodatorium, those pots started going back and forth. So depending on how fast you complete the beginning is what determines what pot cycle you get.
Yeah, and speedrunners really want to get that early pot cycle because it lets them predict what's going on. And this is the Alchemizer. He's the mini boss. He's really awkward to fight because like you have to turn around as you're slashing. It's not great.
No, it's one of the downfalls of this route. You have to defeat him just basically slashing at him back and forth. It's actually not possible to beat him before he turns into his alternate form, unfortunately.
Oh, Tohloo getting kind of bullied by these fire cycles.
And Tohloo with that, David with that Phantom Slash right before the Alchemizer. That saves about a full second, so...
Good fight on David's part. Now we're coming up on my favorite character in the game, Plague Knight. That wasn't sarcasm. I actually adore him. But as a boss, he is the most RNG heavy boss in the game. He transforms into these clones, and which one he is completely random. You can tell based on like what color his bomb is, but it takes like a pretty good reaction time to tell.
There's also a very slight color difference. But another thing that makes Plague very annoying, the beginning is scripted, but the rest of the fight can just do whatever he wants.
Tohloo got a pretty good fight.
That was a little bit below average, actually. It could have been worse, though. At least for what he got. And you're going to see Tohloo enter what we call the flashbacks. Whereas Shovel Knight had his dreams, Specter has flashbacks to when he was a human, known as Donovan. And we're going to have our trusty friend Luan here. He's going to be acting as a giant lantern, letting us just fling around to wherever we want to go.
Yeah, you don't have any of your upgrades when you're Donovan, but you do, for some reason, keep all the money that you get in these flashback scenes. I guess he's remembering where his money is. And there's not much to it.
Alright, so Tohloo's going to be getting his second and last sub-weapon, which is the Bounding Soul. In this form, it acts like an uncooked meatball, where two get shot on screen. Only two can be on screen at a time, and they do not pierce. So it's not the most useful weapon right now, but we'll make do with it up until we can upgrade it.
Yeah, it's going to be useful enough against Mole Knight, at least.
Yeah, Bounding Soul is only used about once in the actual level besides the boss fight. And having it upgraded only saves a second in the boss fight, so it's not worth it to grab extra money before upgrading it.
This level is really scary because those green blocks knock you back a considerable distance, so if you're not careful, you can just go flying right into lava.
Yeah, by most runners, Lost City is considered the hardest stage to do optimally. Nailing all the tricks, it can get very scary. And
Tohloo looks like he's doing it.
Ooh, that was a really nice beat of one, actually.
There's not a single campaign where we wait for that beetle, and it's kind of sad for him, actually.
We'll see how David gets a beat of one. I think he'll probably do alright.
Tohloo is booking it, holy crap.
He went for the YOLO trick, jeez.
I wonder if we're gonna see Lost Spaghetti.
Yeah, as far as I know, unless they agree to not. Oh, David.
Oh,
David
no.
just took a death in beat of one. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
I didn't see what happened. Was Steve a jerk?
Yeah, no, well, he tried to slash at Steve, but he actually ended up landing on the spikes instead.
Oh, no.
Alright, whoa, totally with the double slash. So, as far as I know, he's going to be going for Lost Spaghetti. Oh, no, actually,
no.
he's going for the low percent.
Yeah, there's that little jelly over on the right side. If you hit the lava on the same frame that it hits the lava, then you just fall right through the floor. I don't blame him at all for not going for it. It's super dangerous.
Well, that trick was also dangerous, too, so, I mean... Well, we all know Tohloo's nuts, so... Ooh, don't... Okay, alright. Alright, so... Tohloo actually just about finished off Mole Knight. There you go.
Yeah, Mole Knight in this route is an interesting... Oh, no, David.
Whenever you're wall climbing and you hold down while climbing a wall, it'll actually cancel out your wall slash. Your wall climb. So that's what happened to David back there, unfortunately. So yeah, he's just going to be going for the normal way.
Yeah, and as I was saying about Mole Knight, he's an interesting example in this route of how sometimes you have to go slow to go fast. Because you actually don't want to do as much damage to him as possible, because you want him to start one of his next attacks before he digs.
Yeah, so Mole's phase actually is dependent on how much damage you do to him. So if you do too much, he will, he'll burrow early, and you won't be able to defeat him before he goes into the long form that wastes tons of time. And you want to talk about who Tohloo's fighting right now?
He is fighting the anime master, Reese. He's kind of a jerk. He throws crystal boomerangs and he teleports all over the place. Hopefully he's going to get him before he starts teleporting.
Yeah, but he's still our favorite emo kid. It's all good.
Very nice.
That was a pretty nice kill. Alright, so now Tohloo's going to be starting his 4th stage, which is the Iron Whale. The main reason we go to this route 4th is just mainly for convenience. It's a stage that can be done on 2 Darkness, so it'll just give us the money to be able to upgrade, get our next Darkness upgrade.
Yeah, every stage has a Wisp in it. It's either going to be a health upgrade or a Darkness upgrade. And you can go out of your way for it, but you can also pick those up in the stages, and it's faster to just buy them than to pick them up in the stages.
So Specter's Scythe has a really big hitbox, and if you do it right, you're actually able to just completely slash through the invincible part of the tentacle and just speed through that room. Alright, so we'll see how David does on Reese. B-Ball kills pretty consistent though, so he should be okay.
That was looking sketchy at the end, but he got it.
Alright, so right here, Tohloo's going to be waiting out to fight our good friend, the 420 Fish. And do you want to explain why he's called the 420 Fish, Eric?
Yeah, he's not as big of a problem in this campaign, but in the other campaigns, he has a tendency to get too high to hit. So that's why we call him that. His real name is Tohloo, but nobody says that.
Oh man, Tohloo with that ridiculous fish kill.
Yeah, now Tohloo's going to be coming up on another fish that we adore in this game. That was full sarcasm. This is Big Bertha. She's the only enemy in Shovel Knight who does 2 full circles of damage, so she is super scary. You can also only kill her with those anchors or with an item that you don't get in any percent.
Yeah, the Dread Talon. It's useful in Hundo, but that's about it.
Yeah, he took care of her just fine, though.
Alright, so you're gonna be Tohloo railing through this last section right before Treasure Knight. In this route, Treasure, you just throw a couple walls and he's basically dead. And hopefully he'll get the good kill here.
Oh. That was a little bit slow by Tohloo.
Yeah,
he usually just melts.
Yeah, the ending was a little sketchy, but the beginning was still pretty nice. Alright, so we'll see how David takes out the 420 fish. Ooh, all 4. Alright. And nice reflex.
Wow.
So, yeah, those were all great reflex.
420 just backed right into those. That's always nice to see.
And for everything that's happened to David, he's honestly on really good pace compared to Tohloo. So you see Tohloo back there. Oh.
With a couple deaths, you'd expect him to be a lot further behind.
Alright, so you see Tohloo just got his first Darkness upgrade. He's going to be getting one more in a couple stages. But right now, we're just going to be going to Lich Yard just to finish it. It can be done on 2 to 3 Darkness. It's very easy. Main reason we do that.
Yeah, in the... Oh no, David. Careful. Oh no.
Oh, man. David took a bad one, Bertha.
He probably could have saved himself by, I think we forgot to explain, when you use a Judgment Rush and there's no enemies on screen to target, you do what's called a dry rush. And you just kind of stall in the air for a little bit. Since Bertha can't be targeted by Judgment Rush, you can kind of use it to wait for the anchors.
Yeah, David had a pretty common thing happen to him that happens to a lot of runners. When you're just trying to wait out Bertha, for some reason, if you get a bad timing on your slash, instead of dash slashing her, you'll actually just do a rising slash on her, and that's killed plenty of my runs at least.
Oh yeah, mine too.
So David taking it a little slower. Can't blame him, honestly. So you see right there, Bertha just doing her full damage right there.
Okay, he got it.
Yeah, that was close. Alright, so now David's, no, Tohloo's gonna be fighting the original owner of the Lich Yard, Phantom Striker. And hopefully he'll get the good kill, where he'll just throw out 2 basketballs and just dribble them between Phantom Striker and just destroy him.
Yeah, in the other route, you have to fight this guy with no upgrades, and it's really not a good time. Since those platforms can reflect your Bounding Souls, you can just do a whole heck of a lot of damage. Oh, man.
Tohloo only one hit off, yeah. Damn.
David getting the good kill on Treasure Knight, though.
So David's only one stage behind, but honestly, he can take this back very easily. So Tohloo's going to be moving on to our second flashback. This one, he's going to be getting an item called the Caltrops. They're only going to be used about twice up until the boss fight here.
I need everybody to cheer for Luan. Go, Luan, go. Go, Luan, go. Oh, he did it!
Yo, Luan's going!
For some reason, there's a chance that he just, like, hangs back and loses you a whole second. And nobody understands why.
Nah, he's kind of a bad friend, but... Ooh.
Yeah, we'll be showing him what we think of him soon.
Oh, totally
that was
a block jump.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a nice block jump. Alright, so now Tohloo's going to go on to fight Shield Knight to try and get this amulet here.
I don't know if this channel has the emote, but I need everyone to spam shield trash, please. She can walk over the caltrops and it does damage. When she charges, oh wow.
Oh, David taking an unfortunate death.
That
I
was
actually
a really
did not
good Shield Knight fight.
I believe David messed up on that water section right before, yeah. Oh yeah, I see the money bags. So Tohloo's going to be going through one more stage before getting his final darkness upgrade, and that's a Clockwork Tower, which is hands down the longest stage in the game. Because for some reason there are 2 auto-scrollers in it, so it's a very long stage.
Yeah, in the other 2 campaigns, you can actually skip one of the auto-scrollers, but they, I guess, realized that they didn't want you doing that in this campaign. For some reason. Oh no, Tohloo died to the Crusher.
Totally getting crushed.
That's gonna give David a little chance to come back.
That's one thing that can be very annoying about Specter is if any of you gets crushed, all of you gets crushed.
Yeah.
That can make this section very difficult.
Yeah, there's a lot of places to get crushed in Clockwork Tower.
Tohloo right here is hopefully going to be... Yeah, there you go. He got what we call Cycle Skip. If you jump just at the right time, instead of that thing pushing you into the death plate, it actually pushes you right into the wall perfectly. So, that was pretty nice. So Tohloo took damage from that cog to be able to use his invincibility frames to just go through that cog and get to the auto-scroller quicker. And we're going to see David trying to take his shot at Shield Knight. So
the other bad thing about oh, go Luan, go.
Had to make sure. Oh, yo, he's going. Yeah. All right. Blue one's being nice to both of them, actually.
It's because I stopped and said something. Anyway, the other bad thing about Clockwork Tower is that all the checkpoints are super out of the way.
Yeah, in a normal 80% run, you would only grab one checkpoint, and that's the one before Tinker. So if things go wrong anytime throughout the stage, but I believe Tohloo probably is going to grab a safety checkpoint right after this first auto-scroller.
Yeah, there's one coming up that only loses about a second to grab, so it's worth it to do in races.
Yeah, out of the four, it's the least out of the way.
This one coming up right here. Oh no, he's
no. Tohloo's. Oh yeah. Also, there's no ceiling there.
Yeah.
So we're able to just rail over it. Tohloo's hopefully going to be going for cog skip right here. Yep. I took some damage, but he got through. For some reason, if you slash that lantern at the right time, you're able to hit that cog and then bounce off and hit the conveyor belt and just go through the room. And
yeah,
right,
David got a pretty good shield fight.
Tohloo back there, that's the trick that let us skip the second to last checkpoint. If you rail right in front of that Silver Knight and bait him out, you can jump and then bounce off his shield and just get on the second conveyor belt, no problem.
Yeah, Muncher was saying that that's the only gold armor in the game that's designed to delay like that, because you're intended to be able to do that.
Alright, David's going to be just starting out Clockwork Tower, so hopefully he'll be not get crushed.
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention earlier is the very beginning of Clockwork up to the first auto-scroller is actually very darkness tight. You actually have to get the darkness from that ghost, or else you're not going to have enough darkness to finish off the second part.
Alright, Tohloo's coming up on a Tinker Knight, and with 2 health it's going to be super scary, because if you hit his body, he does an entire circle of damage.
Yeah, a very odd thing coming in from this campaign is that in Shovel and Plague, at least in Plague, he takes...
Oh my god!
That was an amazing kill. There's no weapon that one-shots his first phase, so you have to fight both, which can make him a very dangerous boss. But Tohloo, he's just making this look easy. Jesus, yeah. Those are some great B-balls.
That may be one of the fastest Tinker fights I've ever seen.
It wasn't optimal, but it was close.
And David's making his way through the first auto-scroller.
Alright, so Tohloo over here is going to be grabbing his very last darkness upgrade. And we're going to be going on to Pridemore Keep. It's a very tough stage. It's also very darkness heavy, which is why we need 4 darkness for it. But he's immediately going to be starting off the stage trying to beat a pot cycle. Before we say hi to Baz, though.
Yeah. You may have noticed watching the tracker, once you get all of your upgrades, it doesn't really matter what order you do the stages in, so you just do them from left to right.
So Tohloo did just fine with that bot cycle. So right up here at the beginning is the very reason we need 4 darkness for it. He's rushing a lot, and you'll see right here he's actually all out immediately afterwards.
Yeah. David did pick up that safety checkpoint in Clockwork Tower, and I don't blame him at all. I don't blame him at all.
No, that's the one I normally grab in races.
So the cool thing about rail mail in this stage is that there's a whole lot of places that you're intended to like take your time, and you can just be like, nah, I'm gonna skate over these spikes.
Yeah, that's one of the very interesting properties about rail mail. It lets you grind over spikes, which normally would be an instant death.
Coming up on the book room, we'll see how fast Tohloo does it. Oh, he is going for it, Jesus.
Yeah, That was nice books. I mean, Tohloo booked it.
It wasn't fastest books, but nobody goes for fastest books.
Fastest books is a curse strat. It really is. It's even worse in Sentry Route.
So this is King Knight. He's gonna be trying. Oh, holy crap!
Never mind. He's dead now. Sorry.
King of Cards is canceled. So if he falls into the pit, he flies in the air, and it's really hard to hit him. But we're not gonna have to worry about that right now.
No, Tohloo doesn't care if he goes in the air. He's just David. Oh, David taking a bad death to Tinker. I thought he was gonna save himself for a second. Luckily, though, since he already beat the first phase, he automatically gets moved on to the second, so things should be all right.
Yeah, that was really nice of them to add that.
Alright, so Tohloo's going to be starting off his last night stage, which is a stranded ship. And normally in the normal campaign, actually casually, this would be the first instance you'd be seeing rails. Pretty simple concept. Blue rails go right, red rails go left.
For some reason, these snowflake enemies are on a global cycle. And doesn't quite make sense, but it's something to be careful for.
Alright, so Tohloo's taking out the mini boss. He's getting nice reflex on the B-balls.
Ooh, wow.
That was nice. B-ball has bounces for a very long time, and we're gonna be using that to skip a couple of these block puzzles up here. Two of them, but the first instance is right here.
Yeah, this is one of the main reasons the Bounding Soul is optimal. Because it has so much utility in stages.
Oh, Tohloo actually opting to not go for that first section skip. Alright. So this second puzzle actually...
You wanted to save his darkness for that trick right there.
So this, that entire puzzle actually gets skipped by Judgment Rush as well.
Yeah, just skip 2 screens, it doesn't matter.
I just didn't really feel like doing it. So you saw Tohloo right there, he slashed right before he was about to wall climb. An interesting thing you can do is if you slash while you're wall climbing, it just completely cancels it, so then you just end up falling on the ground.
Yeah, it keeps you from walking up that wall and losing all the time you saved.
Alright, so Tohloo has one last rail section, and then he's on to Polarite. His kill is pretty straightforward.
If all goes well, he will frickin' melt.
So far, it's looking alright. Ooh, he actually missed those last two. That might actually cost it.
Nope.
Never mind.
Not at all.
Mind. I lied.
Goodbye, Grandpa.
Goodbye, ice cream, Grandpa. David, honestly, for everything that's happened, he's only a stage behind, and he's keeping up actually really well. We're gonna see how he does on King.
Hopefully he goes just as fast.
Ooh, nice dribble at the beginning.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
Heart attack.
Dave, alright. David giving us heart attacks right now.
Yeah, so that's the thing that we wanted to avoid. Him flying in the air.
Oh no, that happened to Tohloo too. He just kept going. He didn't really care. So while David's about to start Stranded Ship, Tohloo right here is starting Tower 1, which is known to be the hardest stage in the game. It takes everything you've learned in the earlier stages and just kind of combines it all into a very hard stage. And hopefully he'll be getting Crusher Skip right up here.
Yeah, since you can choose what order you do the stages in, they can't really expand on your mechanical knowledge throughout the game. So they just kind of expect you to learn everything and dump it all right here.
But Tohloo's looking alright in Crusher so far. And he got the last slash. And
oh my god! Okay.
Tohloo, that was a close one. Jeez. Grabbing that safety checkpoint right here before the Gravedigger room. It's a pretty nice one to grab. Hopefully some ladder hops right here. Yep.
Yeah, this room is super scary if you don't know how to do it. If you do know how to do it, it's one of the easiest rooms in the game. You just hold left.
Alright.
Ooh,
Oh,
wow.
Bertha. Wow, Bertha being very nice to Tohloo. That was honestly really close. So Tohloo's gonna have one last auto scroller before he goes to fight, the most annoying boss in this game, Black Knight 2.
He's everybody's favorite boss. Also, straight up, this is one of my favorite auto-scrollers in any video game ever. Like, there's so much to pay attention to that it doesn't ever feel boring.
I don't think any auto scrollers in this game really get boring. I don't know, that's just me though. Alright, so David's gonna have the rail section right before Polar. Oh, that was very close actually.
Yeah.
That scared me.
It's actually pretty consistent, but it's still scary every time. So this...
Yeah, he grinded back on that spike.
Yeah,
Got me.
so this is Black Knight. I don't know how Tohloo does it. He's probably going to be going for the aerial stun lock. Yeah.
Yeah, the low percent. That's usually what most runners go for. Oh, actually, he's mixing in the B-ball with it for some extra damage.
The
So
madman.
far. Alright, and... Ooh, taking some extra damage. Ultimately, you can actually do this fight in 3 hits. Oh. So Black Knight, when he's on his very... Tohloo just went ham on the B-balls. Normally when Black Knight is down to 1 hit left, he will, perform his desperation move and teleport right back to Terrapin. So, actually, Tohloo was able to catch him before the fight got too out of hand.
Yeah, that aerial stun lock is really frustrating because you have to do damage boost at certain points, otherwise you're going to drop it.
Yeah, but then timing gets weird when to do the damage boost afterwards, and it can get really out of hand really fast if you don't know what you're doing. So Tohloo's on to our very last stage, Tower 2. He's going to be fighting the 2 final bosses. And in this block room right here, there's an interesting trick with the 5th set of blocks. If you jump and bait it out, you're able to just kind of chill on the ceiling, because the blocks disappear the second they hit the edge of the screen.
Hey, wait, I thought this was Shovel Knight, not like the pass randomizer.
Oh. Nah, everything on speed gaming is linked to the pass randomizer. There we go. David. Pretty nice tower 1 so far, honestly.
Yeah, he even got that little spike trick that scares me every single time I see people do it.
Yeah, I made a strat so that way I didn't have to do that, because I thought that trick was stupid. Yeah, I hate that.
Nice crusher skip. And Tohloo's coming up on the Enchantress.
Alright, Tohloo opted in to grab that checkpoint. I can't blame him. So Tohloo's going to be taking damage, and then throwing out 4 B-balls and just going to go ham on his Enchantress. So he got all the reflects there, which that's a full 7 hits, so almost half her health, just off those bounces alone.
If he had gotten 1 more hit, he could Judgment Rush down there.
I don't think Tohloo's done that in a race, has he?
Yes, he has.
Oh my god, Tohloo.
Good.
Oh, wow, that was a very nice kill. So Tohloo's going to be moving on to the final boss, Nightmares. And David's going to be going into the... Oh, hopefully... Oh, David.
Bertha strikes yet again.
It's alright, he grabbed the backup checkpoint, so he'll be fine. So Tohloo grabbing, throwing out those balls so that way they're able to just hit these, just right along his face. That's his only hurt box.
Yeah, all these rails, whether there's holes in them, whether they go up or down, is RNG. So it's actually really tough despite how simple the fight is. It's one of the few fights that I'd argue is easier as a casual player than in a speed run.
It is so much easier casually. Because you're not worried about how fast you do it, you can just kind of do whatever you want. Alright, Tohloo actually... Alright, he's already down to a hard, so... He could just throw out the rest of his B-balls and he'll probably be fine. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done.
Yep.
Wow,
Good stuff to Tohloo, got the sub 40.
Sub 40 with a death. That's crazy. So David's going to be finishing up his Tower 1 auto-scroller and then moving on to Black Knight 2. Hopefully he'll go for the aerial stun like there too.
I just checked. He's only 13 seconds slower than his PB. And that's with a death.
I mean, so that was a PB pace run, man. Besides that death.
Yowza.
I mean, yeah, good stuff to Tohloo. That was an amazing run. Oh, did you see that Black Knight teleport, or was that just me?
No, my stream actually froze when it happened.
Oh, maybe mine did too, and I swore I saw him teleport. Jeez.
I've seen him teleport before, so it's possible.
So David actually opted to start off with the aerial fight until Black Knight teleported.
Yeah.
Think.
Looks like he's having a little trouble with him.
Ooh. At this point, I'd honestly call it quits and just try to redo it fresh, but
Ouch.
yeah. David, unfortunate.
Yeah, this time he's just going to go for the ground battle, which is easier, but it's a little bit more dangerous because Terrapin's running around and... Oh, wow. Have you ever seen him hop right back onto Terrapin like that? I never have.
Only once. And I that's never happened to me personally, though, but I've seen it happen.
Man, I hate this guy.
Oh, man, who doesn't?
Not Club, please.
I hate Black Knight and the Psychic Turtle. It's really annoying.
Ooh. That wasn't too bad at the end, though.
No, that was at the very end. He caught him right before the fight could get out of hand.
So now David's going to be going over to the Enchantress. David slashing along with the music. I approve.
Alright, David getting the trick to be able to just not... Oh, actually, then it'll take some damage. Oh,
fascinating.
Oh,
he tried to go for the super hop and missed.
I've only ever gotten the super hop once. That trick's just...
I've never done it, but I run Skeletal Sentry, so I don't even have rail mail at this point.
Yeah, I've thought about switching, but nah, I don't know.
Hopefully taking that damage doesn't come to hurt David.
He should be alright. He's on 5 hearts. I believe he only runs 5, so he should be okay, honestly.
Yeah, I think we both missed it when he got it. If you skip the Plains Wisp, when you come back for it, it only costs 1,000 gold. So it's not too bad to get it. Ooh, wow!
Oh wow, those are some really nice
really
reflex. Good. Yeah. If David doesn't die to Reese, this actually could be a sub 50 run. I mean, sub 45 run. It's gonna be a little tight, but it's doable.
Oh, absolutely. So far, so good.
Normally when Reese comes through for the that first phase, he normally doesn't bounce back. He usually just goes through and then teleports right back to the front. But actually, that let David get an extra half heart of damage. So.
Oh man, this is super quick. He tried to go for the double hit there and missed.
Yeah, but he's still looking alright. Yeah, he's just gonna throw out the rest of his balls. Yeah.
Nice. Still a sub 45, so good stuff to David.
Still, with all those deaths, it was still for sub 45, so that was an amazing run still. For everything that happened to him, that was an amazing run.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff to both our runners. David's now out of the tournament after a really impressive losers bracket run, and Tohloo's going to be moving on to losers semis. And then our next run should be coming up tomorrow, I think it is. Let me see.
Yeah, I believe that is Odd Bottom Bread Pan.
Yep. It's going to be tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that'll be cool to watch. Because they both run separate routes, so that'll be nice to watch.
Yeah, and Bread Pan's also, like David, has an impressive losers run, so I'm looking forward to see if he can continue that.
Yeah, which is really weird. David's in top. I mean, Bread Pan's in top 8, and he's actually a plague runner who's just kind of delved into Specter recently too, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm also a plague runner. A bunch of us kind of learned Specter Knight just for this tournament, and I think we've all been doing pretty good.
Not hating on Specter, but I think he's the easiest out of the 3 campaigns to learn, honestly.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Alright, I don't see any of the players hopping into the voice channel, so I guess we're done.
Should we ask them, or... I guess that's your call.
Let me make sure. Oh, hey, David.
Hi, how's it going? Hold on a sec.
What's up?
Sorry, I thought I saw Amp speaking.
Ah, no.
No.
So, those deaths were unfortunate, but you did a really good job pulling it back.
I mean, still sub 45 with all those deaths, man. That's amazing, honestly.
8 deaths, sub 45.
Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah,
up until the end, you were only about a stage behind Tohloo.
But I mean, Tohloo was on PB pace until that death in Clockwork, so that was an amazing run from him too.
Yeah, I would have needed a god run and for Tohloo to have a not so great run to stand a chance there. So, you know, I don't think there's anything like to be disappointed about here.
Nah,
That it took Tohloo
good.
himself to knock me out, that's a victory in itself.
Yeah, your losers run was really good.
Oh man, yeah, your losers run was ridiculous. What, applesauce? Who else? I
So
just remember
it was
Applesauce.
Pika Pete, Westbeard Tooth, Brass Wolf, Applesauce, then finally Tohloo.
Jeez.
Yeah, starting in losers round 1 and getting up to 5th place is pretty nice.
Yeah, jeez. I
I
should have
also-
switched.
I
should
went
have
quicker
switched
than I-
during our match.
I gotta say, I appreciate the name you picked for your profile.
Yeah, I did that just for you.
I'm sure Tohloo's gonna appreciate it. Alright, so I think we're done now. Congratulations again to both runners.
And GG to
And-
Tohloo.
Yeah, good stuff. I don't know what's coming up next on Speed Giving 2, but definitely look forward to it.
I believe it is a Zelda 1 randomizer. So, I think that's about it from us, right?
Should be. Thanks for watching, everyone, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for the next round of the Specter of Torment tournament. This is Eric DLC signing out.